Reviewed so many classics: Rayman, Crash, Castlevania, Silent Hill. But today I'm going to discuss a game that is nowhere near as memorable: Invasion from Beyond, also known as B-Movie in Europe. I originally obtained this game in the future year of 2000 for $5. I do realize that $5 seems like a lot of money to the fine people of 1957. And for a game like this, any amount of money is too much. The Webster's Dictionary defines frustration as a feeling of anger or annoyance caused by being unable to do something. I define frustration as GT Interactive's Invasion from Beyond. Do not be alarmed, good people. The saucers in this game are strictly simulations. In fact, how can I best explain video games to the people in the days of radio, when less than half of American households have television sets? Imagine going to see a picture at the movie theater. Now imagine that the picture is in color. I'm not done. I'd like to imagine, if you will, the theater is empty, except for you, just you. Now, you have a control panel, portable, with buttons that allow you to control exactly what happens. But instead of a 1 1/2 hour experience, you have an experience that will last hours. Instead of actors, you have generic people who look like they were created from paper mache. Now that we are on the same wavelength, future companies GT Interactive and King of the Jungle are responsible for this title. GT Interactive will also be known for the Oddworld series and Doom. Trust me when I say that they will make quite a name for themselves, for a time. King of the Jungle will be known for such blockbusters as a Championship Manager Quiz and that piece of trash Galaga Destination Earth. The idea behind Invasion from Beyond is that it was based on a B-movie from the 50s. But outside of the premise, I really don't see much of any connection. But good people of Earth, the reason I talk about Invasion from Beyond is because future video games such as these may affect you in the future. The most important question is, how well received was this game? And the answer was, in the eyes of the critics, it was about a 6.5 or a 7.5. And in the eyes of the consumers, well, the game was in the bargain bin within 2 years, so you tell me. Let's cut the semantics and get right down to it. I'm Cody from the Johnson Brothers, and today we're looking at Invasion from Beyond.
Now I'd like to tell you a story about the events of Invasion from Beyond. Our worst fears have been confirmed. The reported abduction of farm workers and the resulting discovery of crop circles in the farmlands outside of Washington, D.C. were no coincidence. It seems that what has started as an innocent country celebration, Slap the Alien, the locals' annual exorcism of superstitious fears, quickly became an unwitting welcome party for our Martian friends.
In the skies above Tiny Town, hundreds of silhouettes are being reported on an almost hourly basis. The eastern United States has experienced 2 full solar eclipses in the last 2 days. Something extraterrestrial is afoot. We have moved to DEFCON 1.
As a fully qualified Earthlink pilot, you must take on the alien invasion. With the aid of America's finest scientific brains and the unrivaled Earthlink Research and Development Labs, you will follow the direct orders of the internationally acclaimed Defense Force. During your mission, you will pilot the latest development in aircraft technology research and build new ships and weapon types for use in later encounters. Manipulate the awesome ground-based firepower of Earthlink Command, prevent the Martian takeover, and help us take the fight back.
In summation, aliens are taking over Earth. Now you go bang, 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 bang. Everything about this game, from the cover to the characters, just screams generic and uninspired. Oh yeah, speaking of which, let's meet some of the main characters.
Flying the Silverfish, we have Erwin Stryker from Denver, Colorado. And hey buddy, would you mind standing a little bit further away from the camera? I can smell your breath from my monitor. Says here that Stryker was a vacuum salesman who sucked at selling vacuums. So he went to the Air Force and achieved the purple helmet. I thought this was a kid's game. For successfully stealing a Russian secret aircraft. You guessed it, the Silverfish. Flying the Red Devil, we have 18-year-old Dominique Dallas. After an unsuccessful career in Hollywood, spent mostly on Tinseltown casting couches,
I thought this was supposed to be a kid's game.
She apparently became a pilot. And flying the Whiplash Mark II, we have Clark Cable from England. The ship goes really fast and whatever, who cares?
All in all, there are 11 characters in this game, all very generic, all very uninteresting. You see, that's kind of the problem with the game. It's hard to get invested in a game when it's not interesting at all.
Aha! My time machine, aka the Sunbeam, was a success. Now that I've sent Cody back in time to warn the people of 1997 about Invasion from Beyond, no one will buy it. Now to go on YouTube to see that my work has been done. What is this? Why is he in 1957? This is not good.
We start the game on the ship selection screen, where, let's see. I'll select Clark Cable's ship. Then we go straight into the tutorial stage and... What in Jerome Howard's Ghost is this? I'm flying as the Silverfish. I neglected to mention, you have 3 ships that you can fly as per level. You don't just select one, you select 3. And upon the mission briefing, you can select your first ship. So here it is. The game. Press select to read the mission briefing. Okay, looks like I have to fly into these giant saucer balloons. Easy. Hey, this game might be fun. Okay, mission 2. Follow the helicopter. Let's go. Okay, and we are following the helicopter, and... okay, he's yelling at me, and... Mission failed? What? But I was following just like it told me to do! Here it is, folks. My wasted childhood. There are 2 types of people who have played this game. Those who passed the tutorial, and those like me who couldn't, and threw this game on a yard sale table faster than you can say Plan 9 from outer space. Here's what you are supposed to do. Don't follow the helicopter. Grind into the helicopter. Seriously.
Gee, thanks for telling me.
By the way, because following various types of craft to cover them is such an integral part of the game, this stupid part of the tutorial is insanely important. The controls are kinda weird, too. Triangle goes backwards, L2 and R2 go sideways. L1 shuffles through your drop-off inventory, and R1 shuffles through your weapons. Not only does this game suck, but your ship sucks too. With its suck-o-matic, that is. With the ship's suck-o-matic, you can rescue people, alien mechanisms to build better weaponry and ships, objects for various reasons, and aliens for, quote, research purposes, unquote. Circle controls the suck, and pressing L1, then circle, will allow you to blow an object.
I thought this game was for kids!
So after mission 2, the tutorial is actually easy to pass. Then we get to the first level. So let's equip our ship's weaponry. Select the only 3 ships that we can select, and let's get going! So what happens is, crop circles are discovered, and you have to guard the area while placing nosy pedestrians into a safe house. Get out of here, you damn nosy pedestrians! All of a sudden, UFOs show up, and it's blasting time! Excuse me. Oh, let them make the first move. Otherwise, it's mission failure. Again! Here comes the next problem with invasion from beyond. Why are there so many enemies? Level 1 isn't too bad, but when we get to level 2, I have the hardest time surviving because of how many UFOs there are. And there is no way to regain health, and to top it off, all of my ships are quickly eliminated. With patience and perseverance, I made it to level 3, and the difficulty is just unbelievable. This is where I found out just how important collecting those alien mechanisms and scientists was, because without them, I can't get any weapons upgrades or better ships. So what do? I start the damn game all over. Tutorial, level 1, level 2, level 3. But then I get to level 4, and the game is literally impossible. What am I doing wrong? Time to consult the manual. Let's see here. Page 14. If one of your ships becomes heavily damaged, you can return to your base and switch to a different ship. After a few minutes in the base, the damaged ship will be as good as new. Where was that in the tutorial? So, guess what? Start over again. Take my time to get the ship parts I need, collect scientists, manage my ships when they get damaged, and now this game is quite a lot easier, I must say. Okay, so let's talk about the visuals on your screen. There's a radar system that allows you to see where the mission objectives are. The white blips are usually where your ship needs to be during any given objective. Red blips are aliens. Orange blips are alien ground troops. Dark blue blips are AAA guns. Yellow is your base. Purple are the human civilians. And light blue are human ground and aircraft. On the upper left is what is in your cargo hold, and the upper right is where your weapon selection is. Eventually, you'll unlock other ships flown by more uninspired stereotypes, like a Japanese guy in a freaking samurai suit. He's supposed to be 21, even though he looks 45. The other weapons just suck. I honestly think the first two weapons work just fine for most of the game. So, save humans, follow craft, and blow saucers up while collecting parts. This is essentially the entire game. It's not too terribly bad, but it gets old rather quickly.
The time machine is ready, and so is my lunch.
How come no one told me not to microwave this?
Well, I guess it's time to go back in time to 1957 to stop Cody from giving away too much information about the future. Wish me luck, now that I've told you all the poorly written exposition.
Since you spend the entire game in the air, there isn't a lot of variety in the levels. The game starts in rural farmlands outside of DC. Washington, D.C., that is. Then the small towns, medium towns, the White House, then big cities, islands, and eventually the moon. The way things look on the ground reminds me of another future game from 1991 called Populous. Not exactly a compliment for a game released 7 years later. But for what they do use polygonal graphics for, yikes. Yikes. I guess it's kind of interesting how the worlds interact when damaged by firepower. But there's also a lack of consistency. You can kill any pedestrian or alien with regular ammo, but when it comes to ground vehicles, you cannot hurt them unless it's a missile-based weapon.
Also, you get to protect the President of the United States. And no, this time it's not against ninjas. Sorry, bad dudes for NES.
Good people of Earth, I come to you from the distant future, specifically the year 2022, to warn you not to purchase this terrible, terrible PlayStation 1 game.
Cody, we need to get you out of here. You're seriously disrupting the past by talking about this game over the radio.
What changed? What did I change?
Well, nothing so far, thankfully. But if you say much more, the timeline will be disrupted.
What are some of the things I shouldn't say?
Like 9/11, Vietnam being a total disaster, the Kennedy assassination, the pandemic, President Trump becoming president, there's no flying cars, Russia invading Ukraine. Okay, wow. Raves, ecstasy, my local life.
I wasn't gonna say any of that, but okay. All I was gonna say... I was just gonna say that Invasion from Beyond is okay for the casual gamer, but only for a short while. Otherwise, stay far, far away from this game. I rated it a 4 out of 10. Kind of garbage.
Cody, stop. We're running out of time.
Okay, it's time to go. Goodbye, good people of Earth. Well, we went back in time, maybe changed some things about the past, but as far as I can tell, the present looks fully restored.
Cody?
What?
Aliens have now enslaved humanity.
Dang.
Good people of Earth, do not be alarmed. We're just here to expand our operations.